The International Monetary Fund has decided to maintain its growth outlook for Korea for 2014 at 3.7%. The announcement came at the end of a two-week-long meeting between officials from the Korean government and the IMF, who came to Seoul to assess the nation's economic conditions. Here's Arirang News' Yudian with more.
IMF officials say Korea has weathered the recent global uncertainties and financial turmoil relatively well.
And is really well positioned to both benefit from the global recovery, but also withstand any further turmoil or uncertainty coming from the global environment. And that reflects its strong fundamentals and skilled policymaking.
Isabel Mateos Ilago, the assistant director of the IMF's Asia-Pacific department, led the team of officials who met with key financial and economic policymakers in Korea over the past 2 weeks to assess Korea's economic health. Speaking at a press briefing on Friday, she said Korea will achieve 2.8% GDP growth this year and 3.7% growth in 2014. She says the numbers, which went unchanged from previous IMF forecasts, reflect Korea's stability in the financial sector, with banks now less vulnerable to external liquidity shocks. However, in the longer term, she says, Korea will still face some challenging tasks at home, with rising corporate and household debt heavily weighing down the domestic economy.
We are somewhat less optimistic, however, about growth prospects in the longer run, given the relatively weak momentum of domestic demand, which will imply continued heavy reliance on net export on the one hand, and then given on the other hand the pressures from rapid population aging, which will push down potential growth.
To fight against such possibilities, the team concluded that Korea needs to prioritize its policies on boosting domestic demand and increasing the level of income growth. Yurian, Arirang News.